Alright guys, what is good? It's your friendly neighborhood gamer Zago Comment, aka GimmeDaWin, back with you again for another support phone store video. And it is a very important one. Okay, so we all know the new theme is coming out in a couple of days. A lot of people are clamoring trying to get as many Eternity Gems as possible. We've received confirmation as to what the packs are for each tier or pack type that you want to buy for the new set that's coming out. So we're just gonna take a quick look through the pricings and what they're offering and kind of break down and have a better idea of what potentially you should be aiming for depending on what you're trying to get out of the new theme. So this week's update, they said new shop packs. Hope you have been collecting plenty of Eternity Gems. After the update rolls out, there will be 4 new packs added to the main shop. These will be the packs that you buy for the new set. As with all packs, these will scale up based on your PvP arena, but to give you an idea of the content in these packs, they're going to list the values from the legendary arena. So, as per usual, you get better rewards the higher rank you are. So, get on that grind, guys. Get to the highest possible rank before you buy these packs. Alright, so we got pack number 1 here. This looks like the pack that is going to be primarily giving you materials that you'll be using to upgrade your cards. So we have 41 toxic waste, 22 energy drinks, and 11 comics, and they even squeezed in 310 coins. So this pack is for 710 eternity gems. I had conservatively given you guys all hints on the Discord and whatnot that you should feasibly be aiming for about 24k gems roughly. So I'm going to be more or less operating with that value in my head. Conversely to that, we'll look at potentially what is the next best value you can be aiming for if you haven't gotten to 24,000 eternity gems. So if we say we have 24,000 eternity gems and we just wanted to waste all of them for whatever reason and just buy pack number 1, we divide that by 710. So we would be able to buy 33 packs of just materials. But we all know nobody's doing that, so we're going to move on to the other packs that actually have cards that we want so that we can get a better idea. So, pack number 2. In pack number 2, you get 62 common cards, 16 rare cards, and you have an 80% chance for getting an epic card. You get 30 materials and you get 1,250 coins. This comes to a grand total of costing 1,500 eternity gems. So, with that being said now, say for instance, once again we're working with the figure of 24,000. We're going to divide that by 1,500. I hope I'm not like embarrassing myself by doing wrong math here, but you would be able to afford 16 of pack number 2. Now, there are, I want to say, educated guesses out there as to the breakdown of what the first initial 10 cards released are going to be as far as their rarity. Most of the collection seems to be centered around epic cards from everything that we've seen so far. I can't necessarily tell you specifically what it is just yet, but it's a fair assumption to make that most of them center around epic cards. We are in a meta where epic cards and legendary cards are the creme de la creme of what you see most of the time. So my advice to you all would be to aim primarily for epic and legendary packs that contain those 2 card rarities. But at the same time, I know that lower tiered and lower arena players exist in the game. So if you have 24,000 gems saved up, you can get 16 of this pack. And I mean, that's a lot of value all in all. So I mean, it's up to you. I know most of the high legend players will be aiming for the pack number 4, but we're gonna talk about that when we get there. So moving on, pack number 3. I'm gonna try and keep this not too long. So pack number 3 has 30 common cards, 11 rares, confirmed 3 epic cards, 104 materials, and 950 coins. So, if you are gearing up for, let's say, epic cards, definitely. then this is probably the pack you want to invest in, because you have confirmed 3 guaranteed epics in this. In pack 2, you only have a 80% chance. Granted, 80% chance is a decent percentage chance, so you shouldn't really have to worry. And overall though, this pack 3 costs 3,050 eternity gems, which is more or less double the price of pack number 2. It has 30 less common cards than pack number 2. It has 5 less rares than pack number 2. And you get the 3 guaranteed epics. 104 materials. I don't know per se if it's worth it to go with pack number 3 over pack number 2. I feel like a 80% chance is a good enough chance where you can probably just maximize the return on investment for your eternity gems and just buy pack 2 to get the widest spread of cards for the first initial 10 release cards. So a lot of people have been saying that pack number 3 isn't necessarily worth it, but I would also counter that by saying what isn't posted here on this screenshot is that pack number 3 also has a percentage chance for legendaries. Pack number 4 isn't the only pack that has a percentage chance for legendaries. Speaking of pack number 4, we're going to move on to pack number 4 that comes with 80 common 8 sorry, I wish it came with 80 commons. Comes with 8 commons, 9 rare cards, and 6 guaranteed epic cards. You also have a 30% chance of pulling a legendary, and you get 44 different types of materials. Now this entire pack comes up to 5,900, and if you were, say for instance, once again working with the conservative figure that I had come up with for 24,000 eternity gems, gonna divide that by 5,900, and boom, you would be able to basically afford 4 packs. Now 4 packs doesn't necessarily seem like a lot, but considering that this is probably the best value if you're aiming for the legendary card pulls, I would say that's probably your best chance. So in my mind, ideally what you would want to do is, well, once we find out all the cards, we'll know how many legendaries are there, and then you can aim for buying an appropriate amount of packs. So if we get 4 legendaries on launch, then you know, okay, boom, buy 4 packs. If we get 3 legendaries on launch, then you can say, okay, let me test my luck, let me buy 3 packs. 3 packs would run you for, do the math, that's 17,700 epics for 3 packs, right? 17,700 eternity gems for 3 packs. And then if you are by chance lucky and you pull all 3 different legendaries from the packs, you don't need to buy a 4th pack if you still have more eternity gem. You can take a look at one of the other packs that will potentially give you more chances at epics or more chances at rares. Personally, I would say pack number 2 would probably be your best investment once you've guaranteed that you've gotten the legendary cards that you want. 1 copy is enough, because 1 copy in your collection, A, first of all, completes your collection, and B, ensures that the card is in your collection so that you have the chance to pull the card from whether a PvP pack or see it pop up in the store or whatever the case be. If there's 2 legendaries coming with the release, then we know that, okay, we'll buy 2 of the 5,900 packs. That's 11,800. So we buy 2, hope that we pull the 2 that we need. If we minus 11,800 from 24, that leaves us with 12,200. So you can use the 12,200 to then maybe buy pack 2, right? Divide that by 1,500, that gets you roughly about 8 of pack 2, and I mean that's a lot of packs considering. So you'd be getting 8 times 62 commons, 8 times 16 rares, and 8 times the chance for 80% at epic card. So it's all about diversity, you know, spreading the wealth around, diversifying the amount of eternity gems that you dedicate per pack. So definitely pay attention to the number of legendary cards that get released with the first initial set. That would be my advice to you, whatever the amount is. buy the same amount of pack 4 if you have the eternity gems to do so. Hope that you pull them in one go, and then whatever you have left over, my advice to you would be to invest that amount into pack 2. So any amount that you have left, just spend the rest of it on pack 2, and that should give you the widest range of return for the amount of eternity gems that you put into it. With that being said, I'm gonna end this little breakdown right here. Thank you so much for your time. Wishing you the best of all luck with the new superhero theme pulls that are gonna be coming out. And this is your friendly neighborhood gamer, Zago Comet, aka GimmeDaWin, signing off, telling you as always, until next time, keep on gaming. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like all our videos. Do go check us out on Facebook. You can search us under the name Zago Comet. Follow us on Twitter at Mr_Gamehead. And as always, keep on gaming. Visit our game review blog at www.zalgocomet.blogspot.com. See you guys later.